Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to present about my research. So the title is The Relationship Between the Habit of Listening to English Songs and the Vocabulary of First Semester Student in the English Department. Background of the research is the importance of vocabulary. Vocabulary is the main foundation in learning English. It affects listening, speaking, reading, and writing skill. And the next is a challenge in learning vocabulary. Monotonous method like memorizing without context reduce student interest and lead to less effective learning outcomes. So the next is alternative learning or English songs. Listening to English songs can be an interesting alternative to enrich vocabulary with clear and repeated lyric. And a Christian theory, 1986, comprehensible input, meaningful input like what is found in music can speed up language learning and increase practical motivation. And the last is a real world context in song lyric. This is song lyric describe real life situation, help students understand vocabulary in a more practical context. Question: is there a significant relationship between the habit of listening to English music and a vocabulary mastery of first semester student in the English department? Literature review. The first, Principle and a Practice in a Second Language Acquisition by Stephen Krashen, 1982. This book explains that the language acquisition occurs when a person receives comprehensible input. English music can be considered as one form of comprehensible input, as it often contains simple, rhythmic, and interesting sentences. And the next, Vocabulary in Language Teaching or Cambridge Language Education. This book explains that a vocabulary teaching should involve various contextual approach to be a more effective. Music as a culture context can help a student understand the meaning of vocabulary more deeply. And the last is Music, Language, and the Brain by Anirudh D. Patel. So, the book explains that music has a similar neurological effect to language, including in memory processing and attention. And the book explains listening to music can strengthen long-term memory, which is important in a vocabulary retention. The next research methodology. So this research uses a quantitative approach with a descriptive correlational design to find the relationship between the habit of listening to English music and vocabulary mastery of first semester students in the English. So this approach is chosen to give an overview of the relationship between two variables, which are the habit of listening to English music and vocabulary mastery by using numerical data that can be analyzed. So guys, research method. The method used in this research in quantitative method with descriptive correlation design. So the method aims to describe the relationship between of two defined variables, which are the habit of listening to English music and vocabulary mastery of students. So in this research, the data collected is in the form of numbers which are calculated using statistical technique to get objective and measurable result. Okay, so data collection in the research is done in two main ways. So the first is questionnaire and interview. So the questionnaire consists of 12 questions focused on the habit of listening to English music and its influence on vocabulary mastery. So the questionnaire was distributed to 27 respondents who are first semester students in the English department. So the question in the questionnaire consists of multiple choice questions and a few open-end questions to allow respondents to provide more detailed answers. So the part of interview, the interview was conducted with two respondents to get a more in-depth information about their experience and perceptions related to the habit of listening to English music and its impact on their vocabulary mastery. The interview aims to provide a more personal and detailed perspective and enrich the data collected from the questionnaire. After the data is collected, the next step is to analyze the data. The analysis is done using descriptive analysis, two techniques to describe the frequency of answers from each question in the questionnaire. The result will give an overview of the habit of listening to English music done by the respondent and its influence on their vocabulary. Okay guys, the next step we will go into the research result section. I use questionnaire and diagram where I use 9 diagrams for 9 questions. You can see the diagram and their explanation starting for the first diagram to the last diagram. So the conclusion and suggestion. The conclusion of the study is that there is a positive relationship between the habit of listening to English music and the vocabulary development of first semester English major. Music can help enrich their vocabulary. So the last suggestion. Based on the result of the research, it is recommended that students use listening to English music as a way to improve their vocabulary. So this activity can help a student learn a new word and understand English better in a fun and easy. And listening to songs is a good way to practice and improve English skills.